Welcome to the Panic Button. I'm Nina.
I'm freezing. I'm Jessie.
Today we're going over this fella who is at a gym and he identifies as a woman and he got clocked and he got very upset about it.
I think they work at a gym.
They work at a gym?
We'll have to listen.
I didn't watch it. She did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As most of you know, I work at a gym here in the city. And today, one of our members went up to one of my coworkers and told them that they were uncomfortable with the man who looks like a woman being in the dressing room. And in lieu of these election results, people are feeling way more bold. I had to step away from the front desk after they told me, because I'm spiraling.
Don't go outside. If you're going to spiral over a woman clocking you, don't go outside. Because honestly, you don't pass. And maybe men will say that this person passes, but women know better. Women can clock most of these guys.
If you pass so well, then why did someone point you out?
Because what I think is going on here is a lot of these guys who identify as women, they don't pass. But they don't understand, because they have man brain, that women lie. Women lie.
No, we've talked about this before.
Pleasantries. We lie for a lot of different reasons. Most women lie and they don't even know they're doing it because they're just trying to be nice. But really, they don't buy that this is actually a woman.
Do people like this think that they do pass?
Yes,
though?
I think they did. Remember, there was some sort of a speaking event with Michael Knowles, and then they had questions, and this trans woman who didn't pass came up, and Michael Knowles asked, well, why do you think you're a woman? And he's like, well, the trans woman said that. Well, all my friends say that I'm a woman, and they believe that I'm a woman. And I'm like, your friends don't believe that you're a woman.
But why do they believe? Do you think that they truly believe that?
I think if enough of their friends tell them that they're a woman and that they pass, they will believe them. But I'd say 9 times out of 10, or maybe 10 times out of 10, the women are lying just to be nice to their friend.
Yeah, but do you, I know when I look good and when I look bad.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think you'd know if you pass and you don't pass?
Well, you're not a man.
Okay.
So men think differently, and they don't. They don't get that they don't look like women. They believe they do because their friends tell them that they pass.
What
which
about
has
the people who
convinced
don't
them.
have friends telling them that they pass? What about the Buffalo Bills of the world?
I don't think there's a lot of them out there because, you get canceled if you push against trans women. So most women will just tell them whatever they want to hear.
I know that's the truth, but get thicker skin, I guess. Because if this is gonna bother you, you have a hard life in front of you.
Yeah, and maybe lay off some of the estrogen, because...
Or if you're not passing enough, more estrogen. All the estrogen.
Or try harder. Just try harder. And if women have a problem with you being in their dressing room, if you're going to cry about it, that's going to make them more uncomfortable. Way more uncomfortable. Your
also,
feelings don't matter as much as a woman's safety and comfortability in a space where she has to take off her clothes matters. You see what I'm saying?
Now, I know I've mentioned this story before, but if you work at the gym and you're just cleaning the female locker room, there's not much someone can say. So were you using the gym locker room? Were you changing? Because as a woman who has been in the locker room before, showering and getting out, I had a man who was a janitor cleaning in there, and he respectfully turned around, closed his eyes, and left. So what was going on in there that made this person so uncomfortable they had the need to say something? Because I never said anything to anyone about that dude, because why would I? That's kind of messed up.
Right.
He handled the situation the way I wanted.
But his opinion is that because of the election results, people are getting more bold.
So that's why they think that it was discussed, not because something bad happened, but because
they don't pass.
Trump is going to be elected. Yeah.
Well, people don't have to be as nice anymore to us trans women because Trump got elected. It's like, no, people are just getting really sick of your shit. We've had enough. We've done way too many years of this. 5 years, 6, 7, 8, I don't know, maybe 10.
Forever, too long.
But it's been too long, and people are just sick of it. We don't want men in spaces where we have to pull our pants down or take our clothes off. Get used to it. Grow thick skin. It ain't that hard to be like, okay.
Oopsie poopsie.
Why are you getting
let's
all
move
up?
on?
Yeah, why are you getting all like boo-hoo about it?
Because they have nothing better to complain about.
It might be a hard truth that you don't pass, but sometimes you just have to accept the hard truth and move on with your life. And if you're going to break down, you're going to get fired.
Yeah, I wonder if you still have a job.
Probably they still have a job. I just hope they can't use the fucking women's locker room anymore because it's making women uncomfortable.
So
women have been
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable about this for years.
If it wasn't making the lady uncomfortable, she wouldn't have said anything to the manager. Just like the guy that made me slightly uncomfortable for a second fixed it by making it completely not uncomfortable. Like, it's being polite. So unless this person was staring or doing something like, you know what I mean? Why would you mention it if it wasn't something making you uncomfortable? You know what I mean?
Because he doesn't pass.
Because his schlong is very obvious or whatever the case is.
Or
Yeah.
his manliness is very obvious, which means you're not trying. You're going to cry because a woman's going to clock you. Well, accept that 99% of the time a woman is going to be able to clock you a mile away. Mm-hmm. I had someone comment on one of my tweets, and they're like, oh, you women are just going around and like trying to clock trans women. Don't you have anything else better to do? And it's like, no, I'm not going around on a trans hunt.
Do you listen for a gay voice, or does it just kind of like pop out at you? You're like, oh, that voice
It just
is pretty
pops out at
feminine.
me. Mm-hmm. It's just there. If you're a man and you're pretending to be a woman, most of the time, women are going to realize that you're not a woman. There's nothing you can do about it.
It's pretty simple.
Unless you try really hard and, I don't know, reduce your size. You have to reduce the size of the hands, the head.
I'm sure it's a lot of surgery, but like there's stuff you got to change.
And if you can't, just pull a Jessica Gill. Do what Jessica Gill does. Doesn't pass that well, but what are you going to do? You going to cry? You can cry about it? What's that going to do?
No, just be nice, ask politely, and be like, that's okay, you have your opinion. But this is what I go by. You know, that's all you can do.
Yeah, and I will
That's
use
life.
the gender-neutral locker room.
Like, that's life.
That's life.
Sorry, you got to, like, but...
Everyone's not going to be nice to you.
Yeah, I mean, haven't you lived a day in your fucking life? It's just...
Right? Don't you go into traffic? Most people are assholes in traffic.
You ever been in any kind of retail situation in your life?
Have you ever gone to New York City? No one's nice in New York City. You
What
just
else?
deal with it.
What else?
I feel alone and I feel like nobody can understand how it feels. I already feel weird enough going into the dressing room. Like mad imposter syndrome. Like I don't belong there.
Because you are an imposter.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord. You got it right the first time. You are an imposter. You don't belong. Hello.
Man, everyone here is gay and I'm a straight person. Weird. I feel like such an imposter. Like,
Oh.
it's crazy.
You don't say. You feel weird enough going into the dressing room? Well, expand that to like 1 million, and that's how uncomfortable a woman feels when she sees your manly ass in there. Another thing that I can't stand about trans women nowadays is that they don't give a crap about how they make other people feel. It's all about how they feel.
Narcissistic.
Yeah, and that's a man trait. That is a manly trait. What you're doing right now, that's a man. That's a manly thing that you're doing. Even though you're crying, you're getting upset because your ego was hurt because you're not the beautiful woman everyone says you are, or how you think you are. Nah. No. But the only thing you're doing is making great content for us. Great reaction content. And you're proving all the gender critical females out there, you're proving my point.
You're helping us keep our bathroom safer.
And you're helping us get more balls to speak out against men like you. Mm-hmm. And I'm not talking about us, like women in general.
Women in general, yes.
Belong there. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, of course. I don't
Nah.
Corny
Cringy.
as shit.
Cringy.
Corny as shit.
What do? You take it like a woman does when they have to deal with seeing your ass in their locker rooms and bathrooms. We grit, we cringe, and we bear it. We But we're not doing it anymore. We've done it for years, okay? Women have been doing this for years. You can't handle one instance of something uncomfortable.
You handle it the same way that someone says God bless you if you're not a religious person. You say thank you and move on. You don't make a big deal out of it. The more of a big deal you make out of it, the more people who like really want to fuck with you will. Like you could be a nice person, let's like hypothetically say. And let's say that for some reason they're having a bad day, estrogen is high, and now they're crying, right? Mm-hmm. But let's say that they are a good person. You got to take this with less intensity and to mean less about you, or else you're going to down spiral. That's a good piece of advice for anyone out there. And I say that without any hate in my heart for this person specifically, because I don't know who this person is. This person could have done nothing wrong, or they could have done so much wrong. But at the end of the day,
They entered a woman's space where they didn't belong, and they don't pass. So, yeah. It is their fault. It is their fault.
My only point is it could be someone who is kind, not trying to make people uncomfortable, You
But
still
still
have
a
to learn. You have to
narcissist.
learn your place.
But if you're a narcissist, you're going to think that you should be able to
And
go
you
into the
still
woman's
have
locker
to like
room.
learn to not be a narcissist. If you make everything such a big deal, you're gonna ruin your fucking life, dude.
And that's not a problem for us. But when you're
No.
making a spectacle or making a scene or you're complaining or you're bitching to a woman or about women or whatever because they don't like you in their spaces, you're just continuing a cycle that is going to create more women coming out and being like, get the fuck out of our space, man.
True.
The more you act like this, the more women are going to...
You can even like just as someone who's been in enough women's locker rooms, you can go into the women's locker room, go into the bathroom and change. You don't have to change in front of all the women.
Or you could just go into a gender neutral space.
You could go in the men's bathroom and do the same, I'm sure.
Yeah.
My point is that you can go somewhere more private within these areas to not make people feel as exposed to you.
Right, but that's the narcissist in them. That's the
Yes,
vanity in
that's
them.
the
They
point
think,
I'm
I
making.
belong, even though I feel uncomfortable in the
Right.
women's bathroom. It's like, you feel uncomfortable because you don't belong. Because women don't want you in there. You're feeling the vibe. You're just ignoring it because your feelings matter more.
You are so entitled.
So entitled. And it's yucky.
I agree.
Like and subscribe, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video.
Comment below.
Let us know.
Follow Nina's music.
Follow my
at
music.
Nina B.
To your heart, I'll take